for this assignment, we're going to be working on making composite images or montages from our previous assignment. In our previous assignment, we worked on composition and compositional elements. So let me show you an example. And you came up with different composition and different compositional elements. Now you're going to take the images that you photographed in the previous assignment and create new images with those images. You're like, whoa, I'm confused. What does that mean? Well, for instance, you're going to take parts of the images in assignment 9, cut them out, put them on a new background, and then you're going to relabel them in the new compositional element. I think the easiest way to see that or to understand what I'm talking about is to look at some finished assignments. So let me go ahead and open those for you now. So here is an example of a previous student, and she cut out, for instance, she cut out the trees and the grass, and then she made it symmetrical. So she had multiple elements. Here, once again, a frame within a frame. So she cut out the frame, she duplicated it, and then she put it on a new background, which is of the ocean. Here's another one, rules of thirds. So she cut out her bird and then aligned the face of the bird so that it went into the intersecting points. Here's another example of another student where they had one background, which was a sky, and then they took a photograph of another item, which is this pattern of this stuffed toy, multiplied it, and then it's a pattern within a pattern. Or here they created an L arrangement, or this other student example where they cut out the picture of the dinosaur / Godzilla type thing and then pasted it on top of another image. So they put it on top of the aloe vera and they formed a triangle arrangement. Or here they photographed a stuffed animal, actually 2 stuffed animals, replicated it and then made it into a pattern. Or here another student cut out a coin, replicated it multiple times and created a radial arrangement. Or here another pattern, or here symmetry. So they made one element and they duplicated it, and here's another one where we can see another radial with the watering cans. So let's look at our requirement for our assignment. You're going to create 10 new images from your A composition assignment. Actually it says it should be from your previous assignment. Compositional assignment. All images must be photographs that you have taken. You can't borrow from the internet, or make sure to identify on the print what compositional element that you created. So here are some questions that come up all the time. Does taking a picture of my computer screen count? No, you can't take a picture of an image on your computer screen. That is just like stealing another person's image. Can I steal pictures from the internet? No. Remember, everything that you submit in this class, unless I state that you can do it, you have to take your own photographs. So no borrowing from the internet. Can I draw the element that I need for the montage? No. There is no drawing from this class for this assignment. You have to take the images yourself. I have an old picture. Can I use that? No. You cannot use any old photographs that you have. Only the photographs that you can use are photographs starting from the beginning of this semester. I need more pictures. Can I take more? Yes, you can take more photographs, but you can't use images from your archive. You cannot take any pictures from the internet. You can't take any pictures, only the pictures that you took yourself starting from the beginning of this semester. All images must be original photographed by you. You're going to create 10 collages / composites. The canvas size is 8.5 by 11, either horizontal or vertical. The DPI is 150. In Photoshop, write the compositional element. Submit in a .psd format. The other thing that I'm going to add, submit in Photoshop, write the compositional element. Now, here in this example, let me go ahead and edit this, is I want you to think about the placement or the font that you're going to use. So the description of your element has to be consistent. Or the same for each image submitted. So what does that mean? So let's go ahead and look. I'm going to use this example of this student Gabrielle, and she has hers in the upper left corner every single time. So every single time on the upper left corner. And you can see that in the triangle and in the radial and in the S-curve. Now the other thing that I'm adding this semester is you need to number each page. So we're going to be doing 10 of these, and every single one needs to be numbered. So the other thing are the requirements. So what are the requirements? As you were reading those, original images, 10 composites / collages, 8.5 by 11, horizontal or vertical DPI, it doesn't really matter. But when you stick with one, if you're doing all vertical or all horizontal, you're not a combination of vertical and horizontal. Description of your element, okay. So let's go ahead and go into Photoshop. So I go File, New. We're going to go to Print because 8.5 by 11. Vertical or horizontal, either way. And 150 DPI. Now, it's up to you to decide what images you want to cut and paste. Let's think back to our previous assignment several weeks ago when we did photo and photo filters. So if you guys remember that, cutting and pasting and adjusting the images, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Once you have your image, you want to choose text, and I'm going to put my image in the upper left corner. I want to choose a color, so I'm going to choose this dark green, and my font is going to be about a 24, so 01. The other question is, what compositional elements do you want us to do? The compositions that you want to choose is up to you. You can refer back to the module composition. You can refer back to the assignment that was previous to this assignment. There's a list of 20. You can also refer back to the handouts. So what am I talking about? If we go back to the module, '07, composition, and in the previous composition assignment, there's a list of 20 images that you went and you photographed yourself. Now, we also have in that module, we have composition module, but I also made an additional module for handouts. So review the handouts. Maybe there's one of the compositional elements that you want to focus on for your composite images. So for instance, I'm going to do 01. Oops, go back here. And I'm going to do radial. And let me move this other one out of the way. And we want to start thinking about how we're going to, our images. So here, what I did is I did 01, I made that bold. And then for the text, I made it not bold. So I have starting to come up with a style that I'm creating when I'm making these images. So when I make my 02 image, it might be rules of third, or it might be symmetry, it might be asymmetrical. It's up to you to decide what you want to do and how you want to do it. But remember, number and label each image consistently in the assignment. This is a really fun assignment. I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with.